Hey guys, it's Will. So before I get into this video, I want you to know that I probably don't know where you are at in your investing journey. I don't know if you have been holding stocks or if you also invest in real estate. I don't know if you're a day trader or a long-term investor, but I hope this video is helpful for you. As you can see, the markets are selling off. We've seen this widespread SPYs down. It's starting to recover a little bit. Most of tech is down. Google, Palantir, Rocket Lab, etc. And you see Rigetti stock, it's right at this previous support, but it's sold off significantly from that high of $21. It's down to $6.78. And I thought it would be a great time to make a video today about goal setting and some of the things that affect people in these types of markets or really at any time in their life. And hopefully this more general scaled video can be very valuable for you. When I started trading and investing, or even just learning personal development, I was making a few $100s a month. Really, I was pretty not doing too well. And when I started learning some of these skills, they have made me thousands of dollars. I've gone to tens of thousands of dollars a month as a result. And I just want to share with you guys some of these things. I think they'd be really valuable for you as a trader and an investor. So let's just get into it, or even someone that's just trying to improve themselves. And the first thing that I want to talk about that's really made the difference is 5 things that we want to talk about, 5 things that we're affected by. But the first one is definitely our environment. Who's around us, the place that we're in, the people that we're talking to. What are our habits looking like with those people around us? Maybe it's, the county you're in, maybe it's the city, but most likely it's the people that are around you, or the habits and the things that shape your habits and your environments, right? So that's number 1. Number 2 is the events that affect us all. When we had the C word happen 2020, the whole market went down and everybody was affected. I think people started digging bunkers in their properties. People started buying up canned foods like crazy. I mean, you guys remember, there was a shortage of toilet paper. There's a shortage of every household item basically in the stores as a result. Everybody was affected. And you listen to the government and they say, yeah, this is pretty serious. We're going to get through it. Then you listen to this state and they say, yeah, it's not so bad. Then you listen to the CDC and they say, oh, it's going to be one of the worst times in history and it's really dangerous. And then you hear over here, boom, it was kind of a scary time, right? And it affected everybody. And so I want you to know, this is affecting everybody. You see the whole market sell off. You see every single asset class dropping. The only asset class that we saw go up a little bit today, I believe, was gold, maybe silver. And so that's number 2. There are events that affect us all, and you got to look at that. Now, you might find that there could be inflation, there could be stagflation like we've seen. And so it depends on what's happening in the markets. Hopefully that made sense. Number 3 is the knowledge you have, guys. The books, the experience, and when you come into the market at this point, or you're seeing this in the market, how you react based on your knowledge. What's your awareness like? Some people see this market and they want to sell. Some people see this market and they want to buy. It all kind of depends on your knowledge. Could be, what you've learned in the books or the videos that you watch or your experience investing. And so that's number 3. Number 4 is the results and the accomplishments that you have in the past. So it could be failures, it could be accomplishments, but the things that have happened in the past are going to shape how you make your decisions here in this current market. So right now you might say, I've been burned like this before when I sell when it's low. Or maybe you have the experience to say, I sold at the top, I'm waiting patiently to get back in, or it broke past what was my plan and I changed some of my investments to adjust, and now I'm going in this direction. Or maybe you're in the period right now where you are feeling like this is failed and your investment strategy is not working. Some of you guys might have shorted the market, and because you've seen these in the past, you're able to anticipate that today, and you say, oh, this worked really well because I saw it coming. So that's number 4. The results, the accomplishments, the failures of the past, and how they shape your today, how you make your decisions. Now, the 5th thing that we're affected by is our view of the future. So our view of the future is the most powerful pull. See, the influence of the future is what's going to impact us the most. So most people, they're affected by what is going on. They're affected by the governments, the economy. They're affected by their past and their past failures and their accomplishments. But the reality is that if you want to build the life of your dreams as an investor or as an entrepreneur or anyone, the good life that you're looking for is in the future. And so there's 2 ways to approach a current market. Maybe you're happy with where your investments are, maybe you're not happy with where they are. And if you're wherever you are, there's 2 ways to move forward. Okay? The first way you can move forward is in the what if, the fear and the anxiety of the future. But also, it's important to distinguish between fear and anxiety, because fear is something that you have right now. That's something that let's say I'm in Northern California and I look out the window and I see a fire burning in the trees and it's coming my way and there's high winds and I need to act right now. I have fear. Anxiety is something that you imagine in the future that hasn't happened yet, that you're becoming scared of when it hasn't even happened. So that would be like me saying, maybe there's going to be a fire and I can't sleep at night because what if, right? And so that's the first way. The second way that you can approach the future is with anticipation. And you can anticipate rather than dread a market sell-off. You can, the best way to anticipate this future that we're looking at here is to make sure a big share of the future here is well designed. That you are making it how you are using that anticipation to design the future. And there's a couple ways you design. Maybe it's speculation, saying AI is going to improve, or this tech is going to develop further, or we're going to see space tech grow exponentially and we're going to become multiplanetary species and these are good investments. Or we're going to have more safety and more comfort in the future, and we're going to conquer more diseases through the technology that we're developing. But on top of that, you have to just think about it and say, in that anticipation, you want to design it well, right? And the way that we do that is primarily when we're trying to design our future, it's going to be based on our feeling. And this is going to tie back into your trading and in your investing, right? But it's based on how we proceed is primarily based on how we feel. So it's in any instance that you're looking at right now in the markets, it's actually not going to be a skill problem. It's actually an attitude. And you can care or you can not care. You can, be there or not be there. You can buy or you can sell. But the attitude that you have will determine how you react or how you treat the situations in the market that we're in right now. And there is a saying that's like, people become too old and too smart. Too old, too smart. Took too long to get to when you're too old to become too smart. But what you could say about that really in this attitude is that no matter what you're looking at here when you're designing your future, there will be a cause, there will be an effect, there'll be a direction, and there'll be a destination. So a good way to look at that is you couldn't see your house. If you're building a house, you couldn't build your house until you had seen it before, right? You couldn't have you couldn't have built something without seeing it first and imagining it first. It's the cause, the effect, the direction, the destination. So you have a poor plan in the markets. If you go into the markets here, or investments, say you're starting a business or you're building out a portfolio in an industry, maybe it's crypto, real estate, or investing in the stock market, you can have a poor plan and you can have poor results. You can have a good plan and you can get good results. So the important thing to note here is that no matter what, you're going to have a plan. You determine whether it's a good plan or a poor plan. But no matter what happens, you're either going up or you're going down. Right? There's a great book on this. It's called The Slight Edge. It talks about the small disciplines that you take that are simple but make a massive difference over time, whether you're going up or down. It's like if you go to a garden and you plant seeds, if you plant some poisonous nightshade, it's going to grow just as abundantly as if you plant some golden corn. Both will grow. It depends which one do you want to grow. And so the attitude, a lot of people could tie it back. How do I come up with my best plan for the future and all these things? The attitude is really the catalyst. So how you feel about your investments and where you are is the biggest key. So when we're talking about building before finishing, this is all tying in. It's like, don't start a trade until you have the trade finished. And when you have that trade finished, you've designed it, you've planned it well, and you've planned it with how you feel and how you would feel based on how the market reacts or moves. And so some people, they get into a trade or an investment, let's say, and when they get into that investment, that deal, they say it's going to be a short-term thing and they're going to buy it and they're going to sell it. But maybe they buy it and then the market goes down. And now they're like, oh, do I hold it? Oh, well, I'm actually going to hold it. But they didn't have that plan for what they would do if the market went down before they got into their investment. So now they are moving in a undesigned market, right? They're moving undesigned way. And so just having a plan is one thing, but backing the plan. So you want to have a plan and design it before you go into it. See it before you build it. Plan it before you enter it. Organize it before you automate it. And it's one thing to have the object of the plan, but it's also important to have a purpose, because the purpose will pull better than the object. The purpose, what effects do you want to have, and why are you building this plan? Who do you want to become? The income that you want to earn or what that you want to have. How is this going to affect your family? Why are you doing it this way? What's the purpose of it? So you build a plan and you have a purpose going into a trade. I know some of you guys do an amazing job at that. Some of you guys said, I bought so-and-so stock, maybe it was a quantum stock at $1, and I am holding it for 4 years. And even though it went up to $21, it's back down to $6. For me, it's not important. I'm holding it. It could go down below where I'm at, but I'm going to be holding this for the next 5 years. Some of you guys say the same thing about, real estate. You're like, yeah, the market's fluctuating, but I got in and it's taking this long, right? And so the important thing is that you just get started and that you're thinking and you get started learning and not so much how to think, but it's not what to think. It's or how to think. It's that you learn how to. It's not what you think that I'm trying to tell you how to think, right? I'm telling you to think for yourself. Get started. Right? There's some answers I can give you guys here, but I know that I'm talking to a large spread of individuals, which is exciting, right? And I can give you some answers for how I approach these the volatility and how we approach it with different investments. But your process to hit your goals, it's also gonna come from your own experiences. And so I couldn't imagine, like, I'm so excited that I'm here talking with you guys, because when we're talking about goals and what it takes, maybe that's just, you have an investment that does an extra $500 a month for you, and that's like success. Or maybe it's like $1,000 a month, or more, or less. Or maybe, it's not even investing. You just want to be learning the skill set so that you can consistently learn that and be able to have a skill that can help you pay for things for your family. There's a lot of things, but it really just comes down to, do you have that goal? And then have you made the conscious decision and have the awareness to consistently pursue that goal? And I'm really excited, guys, because this has changed my whole life. Like, now I have goals now that I wake up early. I'm traveling the world. I'm going to sleep excited, and I can't even sleep at night. And I wake up before my alarm because I'm so excited. We get up, we get to market open with our stock mates, and I go live every morning at 6:30 a.m. Pacific to get into the markets. And when I started learning some of these things and starting making more money and changing how I affected my family and how I live, I couldn't even eat at one point. I remember doing like beans and rice when I was living on my own with my wife. We would have beans and rice at night because they had the highest calories and everything else, right? And nowadays, my emotions went really crazy when I started making more and learning some of these things that changed my life. But I've learned how to like balance those emotions and deal with them. And I can now be more stable with it. But once things open up, guys, it's amazing how many people you'll touch. Like somebody watched one of my videos where we were talking about trading this specific stock, and he went over and he started making videos about what he was finding, and he started growing his YouTube channel and I was like, that is amazing, and I'm really excited about it because by doing these things, I've become better. And who knows, maybe by watching you start trading and investing, or you start real estate over here, or you start your own YouTube channel. And just remember that, like, all these things that we're doing, we're looking at these markets, we are developing ourselves, that the major value in reaching this goal, right? This is all about kind of goal setting. The major value in reaching the goal is not the goal. Some people say it's not the goal, it's the journey. I don't know that that's true. I think the major value in reaching the goal is not the goal, but it's the person that you become to reach it. The character that you develop by reaching it. And there's a really good example. My wife, for example, she started going viral with music at one point. Started getting hundreds of thousands of views on all of her stuff, and she wasn't ready. She got hundreds of thousands or millions of views, and she got all these comments, but she didn't have the personal development at that time to be able to be in it and fully capitalize on it, or to make the most of the opportunity. And then it wasn't until a year or two later that she developed the character to when she started burning into new levels of success, she was able to approach it in a way that was easier, that things moved smoother, and she had more peace of mind. And the feelings associated with the journey and that success were positive. The attitude was positive, and that changed. Not that the goal changed, the goal stayed the same, but the person that she became and the results she started getting were exponentially more rewarding because of who she became in developing her character and through the process of going through these experiences. And so those are kind of the 5 influences. Again, the environments, so their habits, thoughts, behaviors, people around you. So if you're hanging around some people that are betting and gambling versus hanging around some people that are making educated trades and investments, it's going to be different. Global events, right? We're all going to have shared challenges. Number 3 is your knowledge. Are you reading books? Are you looking at videos that are teaching you new things that make you make more informed decisions and perspectives? And then number 4 is the results of your successes, failures. Number 5, the vision. And I think we went into a lot of it, guys. The biggest thing I want to focus on in this channel is purpose. While we're covering some really great new emerging technologies, I want you guys to know that outside of that, the purpose of my YouTube channel is not only to build a business. That's why I want to have a YouTube channel from the start. Is I wanted to first, initially, I'm like, I need a business. A YouTube channel seems like the way. But the purpose of what it's become is, in order to have any business, you have to serve people. And there's this great quote that's like, it's by Zig Ziglar, it's if you help enough people get what they want, you can have everything in the world that you want. And for me, that's really what's allowed me to approach my business with more transparency, share with you guys everything that's happening, and that's allowed me to build a purpose-driven business that brings value to you, and ultimately has that process is the process that has the most impact. So I want you to think about that. These 3 things for your future: your purpose behind and the goal before you enter an investment, your price targets maybe, or your ROI that you would expect, your process of how you're going to go through that process, and then the impact. What is the impact that you would want to see from that purpose? And also design your future in anticipation, not of fearing the future. Fear, anxiety, they're both different. Not be scared of fear, but don't be scared of anxiety. That makes sense. This is a much different video than we've done in the past, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed. I appreciate you all. I just hope that I was able to share with you guys a message that can hopefully inspire you guys. Just a few months ago, I had 2,000 subscribers or something. And now we have over 10,000 subscribers, which is amazing. And we definitely did not... I'm glad I'm sharing this with you guys, talking about this to where I can keep it together. Because if I was talking about this a couple months or years ago, I think I would have delivered this very imperfectly. As I did today, it's still not perfect, but I think it would have been much worse. Anyway, it's not worse. We're climbing, and we're doing it in an amazing way. And it's really magnifying the way that we move by having you guys here. So comment down below, what goals are you working on, and where are you trying to get? How is your purpose being driven, or what is driving your goals right now? What purpose is driving you to where you want to go? And share it down in that comment section below. That's going to do it for this video, guys. I appreciate you all. And if you want to watch me trade live at Market Open tomorrow, we're going live. We got Stockmate there. We released some new earnings as well from some companies, some earnings report. anticipation, some price targets related to like Taiwan Semiconductor, some of the companies that power AI. And if you'd like to learn how to invest in those companies right now, that is our current sale in that second link down below for Stockmate. Check out that second link down below. Again, if you want to watch me trade live at Market Open tomorrow. We just went live this morning. It was great. Looking forward to seeing you guys there tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.